Phonics, phonics, phonics. Every parent hears this, and yes, phonics is essential. But here's what nobody tells you. The play that your child does every single day is actually already building reading skills. No worksheets needed, no letter drills, just play. Today I'm revealing the hidden pre-reading superpowers inside ordinary play, the things most adults miss completely, and how to use them intentionally without turning play into schoolwork. I'm Rebecca, and I'm a literacy specialist, and I've seen hundreds of kids skip the reading struggle because their parents understood these 5 foundations first. When we think about early literacy, we jump to the structured pieces like phonics, letter sounds, and blending. Those matter, but you can't build a reader on phonics alone. Think of it this way. Phonics is the frame of a house, and play is the foundation. If the foundation cracks, reading feels harder than it needs to, even when kids are doing everything right. So let's go beyond phonics and look at 5 powerful ways play prepares the brain for reading. The first one starts earlier than you think. Reading is a language task, and kids can't decode what they can't understand. And during play, especially pretend play, kids are swimming in language, narrating what they're doing, using new vocabulary, talking through problems, and hearing you model sentence back. Here's what I mean. You hand your child a toy doctor kit. Instantly you'll hear, "Where does it hurt? Let me check your heartbeat. You need medicine." That's storytelling and dialogue and sequencing, all critical to reading comprehension later. Play is where kids practice the meaning-making part of reading long before they hold a book. And by the way, when you play with them, this gets even stronger because you're modeling richer vocabulary without even trying. But language is just the first piece. The second foundation is about how the brain actually processes information. Reading requires serious brain power, working memory, sustained attention, and flexible thinking. And kids practice all of that through play. Building a block tower, they remember the plan, hold ideas in their head, and adapt when things fall. Playing house, they track roles, routines, and steps. Playing cars, they're creating sequences, understanding cause and effect, and recognizing patterns. These are the exact executive function skills that later help with holding sound sequences in their head, like k, at, following multi-step directions, tracking words across a page, and sticking with hard tasks. Play strengthens the mental muscles reading relies on. But here's what surprises most parents. The third foundation is all about sounds. Phonemic awareness. Hearing and manipulating sounds. This predicts reading success, and everyone knows that. But here's what most people miss. Kids develop ear-based sound skills through play way before formal phonics instruction, through clapping games, nursery rhymes, and silly songs. They also practice through listening games, imitating sounds, loud versus quiet play, and fast versus slow movement. All of this builds sound discrimination, sequencing, rhyming, timing, and listening endurance. And these are the foundations phonemic awareness sits on. So when your toddler bangs on pots and pans and drives you absolutely crazy, they're building pre-reading skills. I'm serious. Play creates the sound-ready brain that phonics needs later. And if you want to see exactly what skills come next after these play foundations, check out the video in the card above. It breaks down the 5 essential skills every reader needs to master. Now let's talk about that 4th foundation, and this one's huge. Reading is symbolic thinking, understanding that one thing represents another, like letters representing sounds and words representing ideas. Kids develop this skill way before they see their first letter. Watch your child pick up a banana and pretend it's a phone. That simple substitution is the same brain skill that later lets them understand this squiggly mark means S. Symbolic play is the brain practicing reading without books. And there's one more physical foundation most people overlook. When kids are digging in sand, pinching Play-Doh, climbing, pouring water, squeezing, and stacking, they're developing everything writing requires. They're developing fine motor, gross motor, core strength, wrist stability, hand strength, and visual motor integration. Play preps the physical body for writing long before pencils show up. And here's what people don't realize. Kids with solid motor foundations don't tire out during writing, so they can focus on the content instead of just controlling the pencil. That matters for reading too, because reading and writing develop together. So those are the 5 foundations, and let me show you how to actually use this. Here's the key. Don't turn play into lessons. Instead, sprinkle literacy building practices into play. Let me give you 5 ways. Number 1, narrate what's happening. You're pouring the big cup into the little one. You stacked 3 red blocks, now you're adding blue. This builds vocabulary and attention to detail. Number 2, drop new words casually. Not in a teaching way, just say enormous instead of big, or wobbling instead of shaky. Kids absorb vocabulary through repetition in context. Number 3, sing songs and pause before the last word to let them fill it in. This builds prediction and sound awareness, both critical for reading. Number 4, play pretend regularly. Restaurant, post office, vet clinic, grocery store. This is language building gold. Number 5, offer hands-on materials like Play-Doh, water, sand, and blocks. These build the fine motor skills writing requires later. So before your child learns a single letter sound, remember, play is literacy. It builds readers by creating the neurological, linguistic, and motor foundations that make phonics stick later. When we honor play, like truly honor it, we're not delaying reading, we're preparing for it the right way. If you want a structured way to build these pre-reading skills at home, the Early Reader Pack gives you everything you need. Phonics-based activities, multi-sensory materials, and step-by-step videos. Click the link below. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What's your child's favorite type of play right now? And if you want to see the complete path from play foundations to confident reading, then check out the playlist How Kids Learn to Read in the end screen. It walks you through every step. See you next time.